The first session is going to be presented by Kate. It's going to be kind of explanation on a new way, this new API that we are releasing for WPE called WPE Platform, with some examples how to use it, how to build applications with it. I won't say much more because that's the whole point of the talk. So, Kate, whenever you want.
Hello everyone, welcome to this session today. So for today, I'm gonna go over lib uh,
This sounds better.
from WebKit WP do you hear me? Yeah, perfect. From libwpe to WP Platform, which is a new way to render embedded WebKit. And this is me. My name is Kate from WebKit team, and I'm Galian, and I have several experience of building web browser on embedded devices. Yeah. And here's a talk about today's session. I'm starting from what is WPE WebKit for those who are not familiar with WebKit WPE, but as far as I know, you guys are all familiar with it, but let's go over it. Okay, so what is WPE WebKit? As you know, there are several major browsers engines such as Chromium, WebKit, and Servo as well. And WebKit is one of them. And also WebKit has several ports. And WP is targeting to embedded devices. So it's a lightweight of for the embedded devices. And why WE exists? Before WPE, but it's been a decade. WebKit ports were it's bound to a UI toolkit such as GTK, EFL, and that coupling was the problem. So there is a problem if the toolkit didn't fit your device, you had to swap the whole part. So it's a pain point. So Igalia decided to fork WebKit GTK and stripped GTK out, and it creates a port tied to no UI toolkit. So you can simply swap the backend as your, depending on your use case. So here's the key part of WPE WebKit's key features. You can compare from the GTK, between the GTK and WP. It has no UI toolkit. It has platform layer. It is abstract how WebKit renders with the backend, so you can switch depending on your use case. So the platform layer is the whole story of this talk. It used to be libwpe, which is legacy, and it's becoming WPE platform. So libwpe is the legacy rendering stack, as you see. Okay. It has two different parts. One is libwpe. It's a thin interface layer to connect to the backend, and it has libwpe backend. And libwpe, it doesn't do anything with it about rendering, but the backend does everything about rendering and input handling and Windows system management, all the things. And here's the pain point where it breaks. One of them is libwpe has nested Wayland compositor, so it's a overhead because it has two different compositor to render something. And also it has it requires Mesa extension, which will be deprecated. And also libwpe, it has it's a type of C function pointer. So like this, you have to write down all the function. It's verbose and is easy to make human errors. And also it's scattered to 3 different projects. One of them is libwpe, and it has to be tied with the WP backend and also the launcher. So it's really hard to manage those different libraries if you think about maintenance. So Igalia has resolved all the 4 problems by WPE platform. So WPE platform architectures looks like here. It has in-tree with WPE WebKit. So it replaces the whole libwpe plus WPE backend stack with one coherent API. The main part of the WPE platform is that it can choose backend automatically at runtime using this feature, flags. And also it uses DMA above direct sharing, so it requires no frame per copy, meaning it's zero copy to the panel. And also, as previous slide, libwpe, it supports kind of like C function pointer type, but it's one type of GObject signals and introspect, so it replaces a function pointer table and it binds to any language. And also, you can see in the later, my launcher, the new browser code using WPE platform, it has short line of code when you compare the browser using libwpe, which is legacy one. As you see, this is a simple snippet of web browser using libwpe, and it has to create WebView backend. But in the new way, you don't have to create new one. You can just get it. It's very simple. Okay, here's the demo for the Raspberry Pi because I prepare Raspberry Pi image which built to run WPE WebKit using the WPE platform. For the base image, Yalia published meta WPE image for to the public, so you can download the recipe. You can build the image and choose your machine. It's up to your machine, and I chose Raspberry Pi 64-bit. And also it bundles with WPE WebKit plus the WPE Simple Launcher. And you can refer the link here, and it's created by and maintained by Pablo from WebKit team. So yeah, the image support both two API. One is for libwpe, which is legacy one, but we support for now. And the other one is the new API, WPE platform. So here's the demo on the device. This is the WebGL aquarium in WPE WebKit on Raspberry Pi 4. And the test bench uses WebGL through WPE platform. And as you can see, it's a full screen because WPE doesn't have with the UI toolkit. And you can see the frame per second, as you see. And here's the demo. My Pi is up and running. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, here's the up and running, and the launcher will be executed automatically. And you can see the aquarium using WebGL. And you can see there's a frame per second about 32 to 34 frame per second. It has 500 fishes on the aquarium. Yep. Okay, next I'm going to compare the performance between the legacy rendering part and the new rendering way of WPE WebKit at WPE platform. As you can see, the blue part is the WPE platform, which uses GPU rendering. It has a very good performance compared to legacy one in red. And the score is for the motion mark 1.3 at 15 frames per second. It's about overall rendering score on Raspberry Pi 4. And Igalia also has published this performance test on the dashboard here. So when you think about maintenance and performance, it's the best way to choose WPE platform, the new way of rendering WebKit. And yeah, I think Igalia has decided to support only WPE platform for the next release. So if you are considering to choose WPE WebKit, it would be better to use the new WebKit, the new WPE API for the rendering. Okay, that's it. Any questions, comments, ideas?
Any questions or comments? Here or remote? Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for the presentation. It looks like GL only. Is Vulkan also possible with this?
GL? What do you mean by GL?
Did you get my question? Like, is Vulkan backend also supported in this WPE backend?
Vulkan.
Yeah.
I think the right question is that it's not supported yet, but we are working on that, I think.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because the rendering scores of motion mark, they heavily change based on the GLES or Vulkan backend. So that was
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah, yeah. No, not yet. I mean, there are more people in the room that can answer you better, but I think right now we are supporting well OpenGLES. Vulkan is in the works. There are some, I mean, there's some things that align with that. Even WebGPU is also, all that is in the pipeline right now. Right now it's using, supporting well, yeah. Anything else? And okay, so yes, thank you, Kate. Thank you.